What's going on, my eaters? It's your boy Chef Drew, aka Chef, aka Big Drew, aka we are so excited to be here with you today. Today I am going to be talking to you all about cooking and how to do it. But before I get into all of that, please make sure you like, subscribe, do all the things to make sure we can continue to bring you this content. And here we go. Hey y'all, I'm so excited to be with you this week. When I was thinking about what we need to create for you this week, one thing kept coming to mind. Since I've been doing this channel, we've gotten a lot of suggestions and feedback from people that are just in our day-to-day lives and a couple comments here and there. And one of the things that keeps coming up is, Drew, you should do some teaching videos or some instructional videos about cooking, since people know that's what I do. This is a culinary and entrepreneurship channel because I'm a chef, because that's what I do. That's because that's what occupies my life. We tend to lean heavily on the culinary side and just attribute that to everything, as you guys know, in business. So I've decided that we're gonna teach y'all how to cook. This is gonna be the first of a series of videos. I'm not gonna necessarily launch these videos week after week, but we will say in the titles or when we're doing the videos that this is part of the series or part of the collection of, and you'll just know, you'll see the teaching and the instructions, but that's what we're gonna get into. So with that said, I believe in building things from the ground up, teaching people the fundamentals. People say perfect practice makes perfect. As a chef, I'm a firm believer that cooking does not change, only ingredients do. So once you learn how to cook and execute, after that, it just becomes a situation of changing ingredients, using the same methods over and over and over again to accomplish different things. That's essentially what cooking is. So I hope you're excited. I'm excited to be sharing this information. You will see that cooking is easy. What I want people to take away from this is that cooking is not the elephant in the room that a lot of people think it is. We're gonna break it down from the bottom up, and hopefully it can do something for you and for your life. You know, for some of you young ladies, you can impress that guy, and for some of you guys, you can impress that girl or your family or whoever that special person is, those special people are in your life. So here we go. All right, y'all, so I'm not gonna be before you long today. Today we're just laying the foundation. If we're building a house, today the concrete truck is coming and we pouring out this slab so that we can build upon it, so that in the future you'll see these are just building blocks. We're gonna keep going. So for me, when I'm thinking about teaching people how to cook and what they need to know, and you've already seen some of this stuff, what people need to know, learning how to cook, first thing is 3 cooking methods that we need to know about and be familiar with whenever we're gonna be cooking. And I'm gonna discuss those 3, tell you a little bit about them, and then in the next videos, we'll elaborate a little bit and further the information. The first cooking method that you need to know about is dry cooking methods. Dry cooking methods are the things that apply color to your food and your meat. They are often direct heat cooking. When I say dry cooking methods, think the things that you do and cook that are dry. Your oven, your grill, your, believe it or not, frying or sauteing is actually considered a dry cooking method. Sometimes people think because oil is a liquid or comes in a liquid state that they're like, oh, why is it a dry cooking method? But oil is considered a dry cooking method, or frying and sauteing are considered dry cooking methods because oil is not water soluble, which means water cannot make oil dissolve. And so because of that, when you heat oil up, it removes the moisture from the environment, from the pan or from the deep fryer. And so the food that goes in it can be given color, You know, a lot of times when you hear about frying, you hear about golden brown or browning, or when you're sauteing, it gives color and it seals in flavor. So yeah, dry cooking, baking in the oven, grilling, deep frying. That's what you need to know, or sauteing. Then there's also, if there's dry cooking method, what do you think the next one is? Moist cooking methods. Moist cooking methods is exactly what it sounds like. In moist cooking, these are cooking methods that use moisture to cook your food. What do these look like? Boiling, simmering, or poaching, steaming. These are moist cooking methods. Moist, water, liquid. I think you get the drift. Again, moist cooking, steaming, boiling, poaching, moist cooking methods. And then the last, we have dry, we have moist. The last cooking method that I want you to know about is combination cooking. Combination cooking methods are when you combine dry cooking methods and moist cooking methods to cook your dish. This looks like, you know, think stew. Anytime you take the stove or the oven or the grill to brown something, and then you put it in another vessel or another pot, and you submerge it in some kind of liquid and use that liquid now to finish the cooking, that is called a combination cooking method. Combination cooking methods are used primarily to take what are traditionally tougher, or what some people would call lesser pieces of meat, and make them palatable, make them tender, and things of that nature. You want to do combination cooking because if you eliminate either side for the ingredients that you use in this method, your end product won't come out well. What's that mean? If I want to make some beef stew, that's a perfect example of a combination cooking method. A lot of times when people make beef stew, they'll brown it. They'll brown the meat first to give the meat color, to lock in flavor, and then they'll put some beef stock or some water or something over it, put a lid on it, stick it in the oven, and let it continue cooking in the moisture. What the moisture does now is helps to tenderize that stew meat and finish the cooking. So when you eat it, it's palatable. There are little nuances and things like that that I can go into in regards to specific types of cooking, whether it be steaming or poaching or blanching or sous vide or whatever for moist cooking methods, or grilling and frying and sauteing for dry cooking methods. There's little nuances. We'll save that for another time. But today, hopefully, I've laid the foundation for you to at least now be able to recognize the different types of cooking methods, and we're just gonna build upon that. Some people may wonder, as I said earlier, or you may think, why is this so important? Cooking doesn't change, just ingredients do. So if you master these methods, if you at the very least understand what they are, it's gonna exponentially propel you forward when it comes to preparing meals and feeding your family and your loved ones and yourself. And maybe, hopefully, you might impress somebody or want to impress somebody later, or maybe you might want to pick up a career cooking for people and serving people. Listen, you guys know that we always, always, always want to excite you, educate you, and empower you into the future that you want. Thank you so much for watching with us this week. Before we go, please, 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 two things. Remember to like, subscribe, do all the things. I also want to educate you guys and inform you to one of our friends, one of the friends of the show. He's been on the show, my brother John. He has a podcast that they launch their episodes, I think, every Tuesday. You can look it up on Spotify and all the streaming networks. It's called Last Night's Coffee. Guys, it's just two guys talking about the things they want to talk about. Please, please, please check them out. Last Night's Coffee on Spotify. And guys, until next time, we'll see you. We are gone.